Hi everyone! So today I have a special video for you guys. I have my first in-person guest in one of my videos, my friend Jaiden.
Keys.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Thank you for being my first in-person guest.
Yay.
So what are we doing today? We are going to find out what his Myers-Briggs personality type is. But to make it a little bit more fun, I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess what I think he is, and then he's going to take it, and then we're going to reveal at the same time. But before we get started, I just wanted to give you guys a little background, and also maybe, talk about how we met, because we're both introverts, but we need to find out what type of introvert he is.
Yes.
And we met in person, and I know, some introverts are like, how do you meet people? How do you make friends if you're an introvert in person? So we can talk about that. So I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So it was at my job, actually.
I went to take a free class.
Yes, because I'm an instructor. I teach stuff. So it was like a little workshop. And we just had common interests. I don't know. It was pretty quiet. I think you were the only person that showed up that particular day.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about the stuff that we like. Like, turns out that we both like video games and like movies and comics and
Witcher.
Yes, The Witcher. We have the same celebrity crush, Henry Cavill. Yes, love him.
So that's a tip, you guys.
Yes.
Just talk about just common interest, and who knows, you might share the same celebrity crush. And then I don't know if I complimented your hair, but like I know that I've done it, but I don't know if I did it that day that I met you. But that's something I was like, he's cool. Like,
yes, my hair is a statement piece.
Yeah, there's a tip. Just kind of make conversation and
visual cues.
Yeah, just because I try. I mean, sometimes it is hard, especially maybe if it's like a crush, someone I have a crush on. It's harder to start a conversation for me. But like when it's just making friends, like if I will wait for them to approach me first.
I'm the same way.
If they don't,
yes.
Then I'll try. But if I see that maybe that person's like giving me just one word answers, like not really interacting, I'm like, okay, I guess they don't want to continue. I'll just move on.
Yes.
So just kind of read the people's
read the
cues.
room.
Yeah. The room. And also for me, it's just I feel like kind of like vibes from people. Like I just kind of. Like with you, I felt a good vibe. Like he's a cool dude. Like, I was like, he seems like a cool guy, and friendly and everything. So I maybe want to keep talking to him more. And I didn't get any like negative, creepy vibes. Sometimes you just get vibes from people, or just like I don't feel comfortable. I didn't get that with him. So, like, did you feel any of that with me? Like. Vibes or like that I was nice or anything? Yeah,
I felt like you were really chill. I think my initial reaction was like, okay, like she's into this workshop, like she's having fun, and it's just like a really chill day. It's kind of slow today. And I think what opened it up was having the common interests, because like I need to find some common ground to like make conversation. I'm usually really shy and introverted myself, and I'm the same way. Like I wait to be approached. So when I saw that we had stuff in common, it was so much easier to just talk about stuff. Yeah. So and
I think also just really being interested in like what the other person is saying, getting to know them. There was no like agenda where like I think where you're like forcing things to happen, like I need you to be my friend or I need you to date me, when it's like people can feel that if you're especially like guys who like they pretend they want to be a girl's friend when they actually want to date them, like we girls, we can feel that, like, so it's just like makes us really uncomfortable because we know you're not being genuine. So just talk about common interests and be curious about the person, ask them questions. And we ended up talking about like your job there, and then my job, because I think I was wearing my shirt from my job, so.
You're like in a blazer or something. I think you just come from work. So
so there's some tips, hopefully. And also I think compliments too. Like I said, I don't know if I said it that day, but I know I complimented your hair at some point. If not that day, another day. So but genuine compliments, that's the thing. Because that's another way I've made friends, is I just, if I see something that they like, that I like, maybe they're wearing something cool, or I like the book that they're reading, I'll tell them like, oh, hey, that's cool, or I like your outfit, and then they're like, oh my god, thank you, because most people, like, who's gonna not like a compliment? But it has to be genuine. True. I can tell when someone's just saying a fake compliment just so to like get to like butter you up or something, and I'm like, yeah, I can kind of tell you're being fake. So
yeah.
So hopefully that'll help you guys with how to make friends in person. Just because for me, that's just how I prefer it. I need to see you and feel your vibes. For me, vibes are very important, so I can't really get that online, especially if I don't see the person. Like, at least let me see some YouTube videos, something. Let me see what you're about. Okay. We are gonna have Jaiden take 2 tests just to compare, okay? And we're not doing that common one that a lot of people are taking with the characters. The characters are cute.
The one that I took twice. And I got something different each time. Because third time's a charm.
Yeah, I don't like that one. And I read somewhere that one's not really accurate. I don't remember where, but it made sense to me. So, and I think it's good to take more than one from different sites and see what you get. So we're gonna have him take it. We're not going to film it because it's quite a few questions. And then we're going to, get his results and see if my guess is right.
2 hours later.
Got the results. Oh, well, he got the results.
Yes.
It's time. Well, I don't want to make a lot of noise. Okay. So before we reveal the results of the tests, we're going to reveal at the same time. So I wrote my guess here of what I think he is. All right.
Okay.
What type is Jaiden? 1, 2, 3.
INTJ.
I hit the I got the I and the T right.
Yeah.
So you're INTJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Interesting. He took 2 different ones, but one is, I think it looks like they might be charging him for the results. So
yes.
Yeah, we might just stick to the results of one. So I'm gonna be reading it, and then you tell me
how accurate it is or not.
Okay. To outsiders, INTJs may appear to project an aura of definiteness or self-confidence. Do you think you're self-confident?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
This self-confidence, sometimes mistaken for simple arrogance by the less decisive, is actually of a very specific rather than a general nature. Its source lies in the specialized knowledge systems that most people of this type start building at an early age. Okay. When it comes to their own areas of expertise, and INTJs can have several, they will be able to tell you almost immediately whether or not they can help you, and if so, how. Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. INTJs know what they know, and perhaps still more importantly, they know what they don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually a good thing, because some people think they know everything.
No, not me.
People of this type are perfectionists.
Yes.
With a seemingly endless capacity for improving upon anything that takes their interest. What prevents them from becoming chronically bogged down in this pursuit of perfection is the pragmatism so characteristic of the type. Do you think you're pragmatic?
I'm not quite sure what that means.
That's kind of, I think it's like practical.
Yeah, I guess so.
INTJs apply, often ruthlessly, the criterion "does it work?" to everything from their own research efforts to the prevailing social norms. This, in turn, produces an unusual independence of mind, freeing them from the constraints of authority, convention, or sentiment for its own sake. Do you think about, like, do things work and stuff like that?
Yes. Okay. All the time.
INTJs are known as the systems builders of the types, perhaps in part because they possess the unusual trait combination of imagination.
Yes. Imagination.
In a world of pure imagination.
And reliability. Okay. Whatever system this type happens to be working on is for them the equivalent of a moral cause to an INFJ. Both perfectionism and disregard for authority may come into play, as INTJs can be unsparing of both themselves and the others on the project. Anyone considered to be slacking, including superiors, will lose their respect.
Yeah.
And will generally be made aware of this. INTJs have also been known to take it upon themselves to implement critical decisions without consulting their supervisors or coworkers.
Yeah.
Because they know. Okay.
I'm pretty guilty of that.
On the other hand, they do tend to be scrupulous and even-handed about recognizing the individual contributions that have gone into a project and have a gift for seizing opportunities which others might not even notice. Do you agree?
Yeah, so far, for most of it.
In the broadest terms, what INTJs do tends to be what they know. Typical INTJ career choices are in the sciences and engineering, but they can be found wherever a combination of intellect and incisiveness are required. Law or some areas of academia. People of this type can rise to management positions when they are willing to invest time in marketing their abilities as well as enhancing them. And whether for the sake of ambition or the desire of privacy, many also find it useful to learn to simulate some degree of surface conformism in order to master inherent unconventionality.
I'm not sure about that.
Personal relationships, particularly romantic ones, can be the INTJ's Achilles heel. While they are capable of caring deeply for others, usually a select few, and are willing to spend a great deal of time and effort on a relationship, the knowledge and self-confidence that make them so successful in other areas can suddenly abandon or mislead them in interpersonal situations.
Not sure what that means.
This happens in parts because many INTJs do not readily grasp the social rituals. I think you're probably more mature, maybe like the younger ones that haven't learned, but I think he's pretty good at reading the room and people and stuff.
Yeah.
For instance, they tend to have little patience and less understanding of such things such as small talk and flirtation, which most types consider half the fun of a relationship. What do you think about that? Do you like small talk and flirtation? Not even flirtation. You don't like flirtation?
I don't really flirt that much,
to
be honest.
Do you not flirt because you don't like it, or because you don't feel like you know how to, like you want to, but you don't know?
I've never really felt comfortable doing so. I just don't. Because I'm the type to be approached first, I usually don't make the first move. I don't flirt.
But when they approach you, you don't flirt back?
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a whole lot.
Do you feel like you're good at it when you do flirt?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So
I'm not sure.
It's maybe you don't
in person, maybe I might be a little bit more awkward. Maybe it's easier online because I have time to think about what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Because again, I'm very logical. So I feel like if I'm put on the spot, I'm like,
To complicate matters, people of this type are usually extremely private and can often be naturally impassive as well, which makes them easy to misread and misunderstand.
Yes.
Perhaps the most fundamental problem, however, is that INTJs really want people to make sense.
Yes.
So don't be crazy.
Yeah. Basically. have your stuff together.
Yeah. This sometimes results in a peculiar naivete paralleling that of many Fs, only in feeler types. Instead of expecting inexhaustible affection and empathy from a romantic relationship, the INTJ will expect inexhaustible reasonability and directness. So no beating around the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get to the point.
Yes. Which is ironic because I feel like I beat around the bush. Like when I try to explain something, I just ramble and I have a hard time getting to the point myself. So it's kind of contradictory.
Because you appear to have marginal or no preference of thinking over feeling, characteristics of more than one. So you might be kind of on the cusp of INTJ and INFJ. So
okay.
But that's good because you can kind of you're kind of more balanced, which is I think healthier than being way over in the feeling.
Yes.
Where you're super emotional, can never think clearly, and then thinker where you're way over here and you're just have no emotions.
Yeah.
You're an insensitive a-hole. So it's good to be in the middle.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation, if you need to be more empathetic, you can kind of tap into that. If you need to be more reasonable, you can tap into that too. So I think that's healthy. Generally, INTJs have successful careers in are areas requiring intense intellectual effort, those that present intellectual challenges and require a creative approach. Due to the characteristics mentioned above, successful INTJs are found in technological companies, particularly in research and development, and among corporate lawyers, high and mid-rank managers in technology companies, and financial institutions. Well, do you want to tell them what you actually like to do, your passion?
Well, I mean, I'm an artist, so like I don't see myself doing like businessy or lawyery type of things. But it says something about technology and managerial stuff. Like I want to do animation. So that involves some level of technology. With
and
art.
you draw with like on a digital thing, so
that's technological.
So you're tapping into both. Okay,
yes.
The INFJ and the INTJ. Famous INTJs: Susan B. Anthony, Lance Armstrong, Arthur Ashe, tennis champion, Augustus Caesar, Julius Caesar, Dan Aykroyd, he's cool. Raymond Burr, Chevy Chase. Okay, so funny people: Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, Katie Couric, Phil Donahue, so like news people, Michael Dukakis, politician, Richard Gere. Okay, Rudy Giuliani. But it's okay. It doesn't mean all INTJs are bad.
Yes.
He's just Greg Gumbel, sportscaster, Emily Bronte, the author, Angela Lansbury, she's so sweet, Peter Jennings, C.S. Lewis, another writer, Joan London, Michelle Obama, okay. Don't mess with Michelle Obama. Don't mess with Jaden. Hillary Clinton, okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger, lots of politicians, presidents. Chester A. Arthur, Calvin Coolidge, Thomas Jefferson, JFK, okay, James K. Polk, and Woodrow Wilson. Okay, fictional INTJs. Cassius from Julius Caesar, Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice, Gandalf.
Oh my god.
Hannibal Lecter. Professor Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes' nemesis. Ensign Rowe from Star Trek Next Generation. Ensign or Ensign?
Ensign.
Ensign.
Yeah.
Okay. You said yes, so that means that's good. You like the character?
I love Star Trek.
But you like Ensign?
I don't think I know that character just yet,
okay.
but it's in Next Gen, so I'll get around to that eventually.
Okay. Clarice Starling. So both Hannibal Lecter and Clarice are INTJs?
I guess.
Okay. How do INTJs look at dating and falling in love? INTJs are outstanding strategists, people with refined logical reasoning and practical intelligence. They love challenges and love thinking outside the box, always looking for innovations and functionality. However, when it comes to romance, INTJs appear roughly said clueless.
Oh God.
Since they are rational above all, they approach with the same seriousness as they would approach any other challenge, with a plan and well thought of strategy. Is that true?
Yeah.
Basically, for INTJs, finding a compatible partner is a challenge itself, as their highly set standards apply to their criteria for a perfect mate. And that's where problems start, as finding the ideal partner who matches their criteria borders the impossible. Oh, shoot.
It's true, because like, you know, you could have like an idea of like your type or like what it is you seek in a partner, but then when you have a specific laundry list of stuff and they don't check off all those things, and that can be problematic. So I feel like I was noticing a pattern that when I would date people like around like the 6-month mark, I would already have a list of things that I didn't like about them. Aww. So I was just like, I'm too critical and like judgy. So like that's something that I've been working on. So I think I'm better about it now.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, as long as you work on it, and you just have to, because I mean,
because no one's perfect.
Yeah, and you just have to decide like, are the good things, are they gonna outweigh the bad things, or
are the bad things like such a big deal that it's a deal breaker, which I don't think they are.
Yeah.
So
what they're looking for in the dating phase. INTJs are introverts who despise small talk, trivialities, and everything else that is mundane or mediocre. It is no surprise that the partner they look for or find attractive is someone who has more than just looks. Their core values that INTJs consider to be a must, even at the early offset of the relationship, are honesty, intelligence, and open communication. Do you like, is that important to you?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, that's true. But dating an INTJ is an experience that speaks of itself.
Oh, God.
Architects are inconvenient and never get attracted by all those tiny signs of romance. Is that true?
What does that mean? Like,
yeah, maybe like, maybe things that are kind of generic, like, oh, here's a box of chocolates. You probably wouldn't like that because it's like,
I wouldn't mind it, but
it's not like super impressive, you think? Or
I guess I don't put a lot of weight on like gifts and Like if like
just be thankful that like they gave it to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be offended if like you don't get me a box of chocolates or something. Okay. So yeah.
Like, because for me, I like unique. Like, I want to know that you put thought into it. So
yeah.
Like, and I don't like predictable stuff. So like, if you give me a box of chocolates on Valentine's Day, I'm gonna be like, very unoriginal. Like, I'd rather you not give me a box of chocolates, because it's like, did you really put any thought into this? Like,
yeah.
So that's why I don't like Valentine's Day, because it's so predictable. Like, it just kind of, for me, there's like no, it devalues everything because it's so predictable. It's like, I want you to do something when I don't expect it. Then I'll be like, oh my gosh, wow, that's like so awesome when it's out of nowhere. It's like not on a birthday, not like a holiday. It's just, to me, that says a lot. But
I don't think that it's unpredictable. I think it's very commercialized. I feel like that's the word for it. It's like expected to do that. And like I've come to find in recent years, I feel like it's more meaningful to give experiences rather than physical gifts. Like chocolates, I like chocolate. Like I'll eat it. I love to get chocolate, but I think it's cool to like do something.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I don't like when people are like, oh, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, I don't really want anything. Like, I want to travel. I want to travel, really. That's all I want to do. Like, if you can give me a trip, that'd be great.
Yes.
That's it. Because, experience, like, that's something that you can't. Like, when you look back on your life, you're going to be like, wow, I had all these experiences more than... Like,
the stuff.
Oh, yeah, stuff. It's like, I don't really need any more stuff. Socially accepted norms that define a relationship and the small gestures that shape its functionality, such as a candlelight dinner, romantic gifts, or trips, are out of the question, as well as they don't find the sense in them.
That's not true. Okay. I like those things.
It's more the F. The more F side. Okay. If their potential partner doesn't mind going astray from the social understanding of a good date, they have passed stage 1. All right. So thinking kind of out of the box, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. INTJs in love. How do they build a relationship and show love? When an architect finds the close to perfect partner, he or she can be very supportive. The fact that they dedicate some of their precious time to another human being should be enough indication that they are serious about the relationship. INTJs won't go to the next level in their relationship if they don't see the person as a long-term partner. And when we say partner, we mean a partner in every sense of the word. Their ideal partner is someone who backs them up, supports them in their huge plans and projects, and most importantly, understands their need for retreat and time alone.
Yes, that's a very, very big thing for me.
Yeah. Given this, architects will be loyal partners who will show extreme support in helping their partners achieve their dreams. They can use all their talents to make sure that their partner reaches their potential. On the flip side, emotional expression, tenderness, and affection are not something that INTJ's partners should expect. Architects are notorious for expressing love in a standardized way simply because their minds find no logic for doing so. So what do you think about that?
I don't think so. I feel like in the past I was a little bit more emotionally distant. Like I wouldn't express my feelings all that well. But I think I'm a little better about it now because it's saying that they find no logic in doing so. Like I'm not logical to that extreme. Okay. I don't think so. I think it's important to show affection because then like you just come off as cold.
Yeah. so see, that's why you have a good, you're not so off on the deep end of the intellect, the thinking. Yeah, it's like on the middle, so that's good. Anyway, even though they are bad at expressing or understanding feelings, which you disagree, or you think you are?
I feel like I was worse about it in the past, but I think I'm getting a little bit better at it. Okay. But yeah.
They usually find a way, non-standardized and unconventional, to show their partners that they care about them. Is that true?
Yeah.
INTJ strengths in a relationship, okay? They take their relationship very seriously. Although they may not appear like that, INTJs take their relationships very seriously and commit themselves to it. They act upon their partner's words, respond to their demands. Demands? Jeez. First of all, like, what do you mean like requests, desires? I think that's a better word.
Yeah. Their needs, maybe.
Yeah, needs, yeah. And integrate their partners into their plans. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Good listeners. Okay. I will say, I know we're not in a relationship, but in my opinion, I think he's a good listener.
Yes.
No matter what the topic of the discussion is or the circumstance, architects listen carefully to what their partners say and wire the information for any future reference.
Yes. I remember things too. So.
Curious to know more about their partner. INTJs ask many questions, especially when they start to develop stronger emotions about their partner. This is when they are genuinely interested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So usually when I'm first getting to know someone, we kind of play 20 questions. Like we'll go back and forth, and I ask a lot of stuff in the beginning.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Supportive. Mm-hmm. INTJs love to see their partner successful and satisfied, so they are eager to do anything to help them achieve their dreams.
Yes.
Honest and loyal. One of the core values INTJs have is their utter respect for honesty and loyalty. When they engage in a relationship, they speak the truth and nothing but the truth, and they expect the same from their partner. And their loyalty does not involve fidelity only. They are loyal to everything related to their partner, their deeds, intentions, or plans.
Yes.
So that's great. That's a really good quality. Mm-hmm. Hard to find, but good thing you have it.
Yes.
Self-confident and capable. This self-confidence can be a two-edged sword, but taken from the positive side, they appear that they know what they are doing and where they are headed. There's nothing that an INTJ can't do, which can be the base for a functional relationship. What do you think?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So weaknesses. Okay, so it's good to know. So we can work on it, and maybe these are things that maybe you did when you were younger. Now that you're older, maybe you've already worked on it. So it's good to know. So weaknesses in a relationship. Emotionally clueless.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I've worked on.
INTJs can often feel baffled when it comes to understanding their own or the other person's feelings. They can often dismiss their partner's strong feelings as illogical and confusing, which can disappoint their partners. But yeah, you probably have worked on it since you're kind of in the middle of like INTJ and INFJ. So
I definitely feel like in past relationships I had a partner that was a lot more emotional, and I wasn't empathetic enough because I was so like in my logic and reason. I'd be like, why are you getting upset about this? And like I just couldn't understand like why they were getting so upset about certain things, and I got written off as like insensitive for it. So like I feel like I've definitely gotten a little better about it.
Okay, that's good. Makes sense. So you're like right there in the middle of thinking and feeling. Need a clear explanation of everything. INTJs are not. Yeah.
I feel like for half these questions, I'd be like, I don't understand. I'm not sure what that means. Like,
INTJs are not good at reading clues simply because they believe that they might be misguiding or irrational. This is why they need clear-cut instructions and explanations on basically anything, which could be irritating for their partners. Okay.
It's true. Like, even if I'm like watching a show or something, maybe I'm not completely following along with the plot or what's going on. I'd be like, why is it? And I'm like, I start asking questions. So yeah.
I'm like the kind of person I was like, it just is, okay? It just is. I can't explain it.
Pero why?
While it is an undeniable fact that INTJs are not fond of small talk, trivialities, and mediocre discussions, they do love hanging out with friends who they deem to be witty and knowledgeable. Accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. INTJs usually have a small circle of friends to discuss theories and ideas. They are known to have an excellent sense of witty, but in some cases sarcastic humor, and love sharing big ideas.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. As with everything else in their lives, INTJs look for independence even in their social circles. They reject the standardized social norms and expectations and hardly ever comply with any predetermined social etiquette.
Yeah.
Among their friends, they tend to dominate, imposing with their intelligence and know-it-all attitude.
Oh no.
That might appear arrogant and self-centered, and this is where INTJs should try to avoid showing their superiority. Well,
I don't think I come off as arrogant, but I do feel like I talk a lot. Like, so sometimes I could ramble and get carried away. So maybe I dominate a conversation in that sense.
But is it like when you're, because you're just very passionate and you're like,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Mostly when it's stuff about like animation and like cartoons, I get lost in it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, maybe a little bit, but I don't think I do it in a way that I'm arrogant or I feel like I don't think I come off like I know more than you kind of
definitely
attitude. I don't think
get
so.
that sense at all.
No.
INTJ and breakups. Okay, breakup section. When INTJs decide to break up a relationship, they can easily go over the person without any remorse or guilty conscience. Ooh.
Yeah, it's true. Like I think in most of my relationships, I've been the one to break it off more often than I've been broken up with. So
wow, brutal heartbreaker. This is because their logic has already supported their decision that the person was not the one.
Yeah, when I know, I know.
However, when the breakup happens with the person they had a very close attachment to, they are far from indifferent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, INTJs use their sound reasoning and logic to back up the breaking up process. Even in such cases, they can almost immediately go on by occupying themselves with a new project or new working task. The fact that they don't prioritize emotions and are exceptionally independent considerably alleviates the process.
It's true. Like I'm able to move on pretty quickly because I just like put my mind into other things. Like it's that logical side of me. Like during a breakup, I'll be sad for the first week or two, and then I'm over it. Like, I move on like pretty fast. No, I'm just good at blocking it out and just like moving on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do INTJs fall in love easily? Let's see. Since INTJs are not emotionally driven, the process of falling in love is obscured by intellectual attraction and admiration. INTJs usually fall for people who are sincere and are capable of stimulating the INTJ's mind. Do you think you fall in love easily, or?
I feel like I can get infatuated easily, but fall in love, like I feel like I've only really truly been in love once. Mm-hmm. So I feel like falling in love doesn't come as easily. Like it has to be pretty special for me to say that I'm in love with the person.
Yeah. How do INTJs show love? All standard ways of love manifestation seem to be absent from INTJ's lifestyle. Architects usually show love by offering love and support in what their partner is trying to achieve.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like as far as love languages go, I show more than tell. I'm not the type to like say it a lot. I do it more through actions.
Okay. Also, you know your love languages.
I think so.
Would you know your top two?
I don't remember the 5 off the top of my head.
So it's words of affirmation, physical, or like touch, gifts, acts of service, and quality time.
I think quality time and acts of service are my top 2.
Those are my top 2.
Yes, the easiest way to bond with me is to like binge watch shows or like watch movies, especially since I love animation and film.
Yeah.
So like spending time together doing stuff we both like and the acts of service, like definitely. Yeah.
So how do you feel now that you've learned a little bit more about your personality type?
I feel like third time's the charm because I took the test twice and it was that other one that you mentioned with the
INFJ?
Yeah, the first time it was this one, the second time it was different.
But you don't remember?
No, it was the logician or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Logician.
It was a lot more like intellectual based. It was all about like science and all of that.
Oh, but if it's that test with the cartoons.
Yeah, it was that one. But I got this result the first time I ever took the quiz. Then the second time I got something else, and now I got this one again. So I'm pretty sure. And the second time I felt like that other one wasn't as accurate to my personality. So I think this is what I really am. INTJ.
And like you obviously because everyone's different, we're humans, so obviously you didn't agree with every single thing on there, and also it depends on like maturity levels. Like maybe some of the things you used to do more when you were younger, and now that you're older, it's like
I've gotten better about a lot of things.
I think that's why it's kind of cool to kind of learn about these things, just because they kind of can help you with in case you're not aware of your like weaknesses and things that you can work on. So thank you for joining me for the video and taking the test.
Yes. It was fun. I like taking quizzes. It's fun.
So do you want to plug anything? Social media channels? This is your time.
Yes, yes. So I mentioned before that I'm mostly into animation and art. So on all my social media, I'm Pixel Latte. That's my handle on everything, Twitter, Instagram. And I'm currently working on building my own YouTube channel as well. So I'm going to be making a channel all about like career advice for getting into the animation industry and just art related stuff.
So if you like art, if you like awesome teal hair, if you're an INTJ too or INFJ, follow him.
Yes.
We relate. Yeah, thanks for joining me, and let us know in the comments maybe what you are, if you're also an INTJ, INFJ.
Yes.
If you're related to him or any of the things that we talked about, let us know. And I'll put all his links in the description. Subscribe.
Polish a little bit, but yes,
hit
it's
the
coming
notification
soon.
bell so when he does upload maybe more consistently, you can like support him.
Yes.
If you don't, I'm gonna come after you. better subscribe.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being my first like in-person guest on my channel.
Yes.
I've been dying for Zoom ones are great, but it's nice to like just because of the vibes. I like feeling the vibes.
Yes.
Okay.
All the vibes.
Good vibes only.
Yes, yes.
All right. Bye everyone.
Bye.